not leave your hot sauce nowhere. If you leave your hot sauce, somebody gonna take advantage of you leaving your hot sauce. You ain't going back to get no hot sauce. You gonna call in there, they gonna, nah, we don't see nothing. Not leave your hot sauce. Welcome, family. Episode 4 of the Mid-Range Game Podcast. I'm your host, TJ Lindsay. This is where we give you the game from the mid-range. Cause you know what they say. Sometimes you gotta love them from a distance, but not too far away. Cause we family over here at the Mid-Range Game Podcast. And we're gonna kick it off with the gym bangers. That's the plays for the week. Stay tuned. We're gonna get right into the highlights. Is LaMelo Ball to go? Dunking through the lane off the tip jam. That's my favorite meme that's out right now, man. That's hilarious. Then we got Dame Dollar from Bel Air Academy Range. H-Town, what's good? Dame Dollar. Then we got King James, year 18. They still trying him in year 18. King James version. Then we got Trez, hard body. Carter on the jam. Then we got Kyrie, no hablo español. English off the top of the backboard, that was real smooth. Then we got Miles Bridges. He done been on every episode so far. Just throw the lob. That man's a lobbyist. Then we got face tap from Tobias Harris. Pouring out looking for the dead homies on that one. Right on the rookie. Then we got Anthony Edwards, A&E. He putting them on the episode of First 48 this week. He bamming on the whole team. Wiseman, he wasn't a wise man with that decision. But we're gonna go ahead and move to the next section. It's the pull up on the Mid-Range Game Podcast. Yeah. This segment, we call this the pull-up. We're going to talk about some sports news from around the sports world today. We got the first story we're going to talk about is the MVP race in the NBA. It's getting real tight right now, I feel like. Because you got Embiid, he's playing out of his mind. Sixers number one team in the East right now, so he's definitely a strong candidate. Then you still got Bron out there. You already know Bron averaging, 25, 7, and 7. I think Embiid's getting 28 and 11. But then you got Jokic. Now Jokic team is underperforming this year so far. I feel like if they were at the top of the West somewhere, maybe the top 2, top 3, he'd have a better shot of winning it. But my man's Jokic is averaging 25, 11, and 8, I think. He's going crazy. Then you got KD, who's giving you 38 and 5 right now. So, and the Nets are surging, but I think it's gonna come down to who got the best record at the end of the day. I feel like because the MVP is always gonna be, I feel like, associated with the player that got the best record on the best team, or the best player on the best team. I think right now that is the King. Now, if anybody heard the comments recently, I forgot which coach said it, but they said Bronco win it every year. I think it was, I forgot which coach it was, but he said Bronco win it every year if the voters didn't get lazy. And I feel like, you know how the NBA goes, politics is always a political game, so they want to have that new face. They don't really want to give Bron the MVP, because then Bron can't retire. Because even when LeBron does retire, the ratings to the NBA, they're not going to come way down, because I feel like the talent that's still going to be there is going to be great. But you got to think about it. LeBron right now is 36 years old. The players younger than him won't play as long as him. Hopefully they will, but we don't know how long Bron going to play. Next story we're going to talk about, man, we're going to talk about the Super Bowl, man. We got Pat Mahomes versus Tom Brady. I was wrong on my prediction last week. I predicted that Aaron Rodgers would get it done, and he didn't. That field goal call was, oh my God. Now, if I got Aaron Rodgers and I'm on the 9-yard line, I'm definitely going for it. But, I mean, if it would have worked, then we might have called him a genius. So, I mean, you can take it both ways, but a field goal in that situation, if I'm Aaron Rodgers, you're going to have to come pull me off this field. Because, what? Field goal? That's like being Steph Curry, and y'all got a tech down 2 shots at the end of the game, and the coach say, you know what? Draymond, come shoot these free throws. What? I'm walking out there anyway. So if I was Aaron Rodgers, I would have got the offense together, and I would have called a play, and we would have been on that field. Because, coach, I mean, if my coach making a decision that's I had a situation like that actually in my basketball career where the coach made a horrible decision, and we lost the game because of it, and it was crazy. So I vowed to not let that happen no more. If the coach ain't going, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes when the player's in the game, he got a better feel of how the game should go. He's going to have a better feel of what call to make at the certain time. And that's why Tom Brady's such a success, because Tom Brady's in the game and he's like the coach on the field. So he knows what the defense is doing. He's not just watching it. He's actually seeing. He's getting hit. He's seeing what side it's coming from. He's seeing what kind of different packages they throwing at him, because he's going through it every single play and all game. It's like Floyd Mayweather in a fight. Floyd Mayweather go through the first half of a fight. He's probing. He's trying to get the distance. He's trying to figure out his opponent. What punch does he like to throw? What combination is he throwing? So that he can get the time in. And after that point, it's just he's on the money. But the guy from your corner, in your corner, he can see it and he can make accurate adjustments. But as a fighter in the ring, having the mindset, and as a player on the field or on the court, having the mindset to be able to adjust to it, that's going to help you a lot better in the long run than relying on every call that the coach make. So I would have got back on that field. But we're going to go ahead and move on to the next segment. This is the spotlight for the day. No, I didn't make my pick yet. Hold on, let me make my pick. My fault. Let me make my pick. My bad. Chiefs versus the Bucks. You know, I used to be a Buccaneers fan back in the day when they had like Derek Brooks and Warren Sapp and Ward Dunn, Mike Allstott. That was the Buccaneers that I loved. I love that team. They had Keyshawn and Cardell and Rondé Barber. They had a squad back in the day, crazy squad. I think they quarterback was Brad Johnson, so it didn't matter back in the day. Well, Brad Johnson was alright though. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna take. That's a tough one. It's hard to bet against Tom at this point in his career. The Bucs defense been playing out of its mind, better than it played all season. Tom ain't gonna make mistakes, even though he did make a lot of mistakes last game. We don't know if that age gonna show in the Super Bowl. The Chiefs, I'll tell you one thing: if they do make those mistakes, the Chiefs gonna capitalize every single time. Which is why I'm gonna go with the Chiefs. Pat Mahomes. Is it gonna be a shootout? I think it's gonna be a shootout. I think it's gonna be fun. I can't wait. It's gonna be 33 to 38. That's gonna be my score. Chiefs. It's gonna be close, but it's gonna be high scoring at least. I feel like 33, 38. It might go higher than that. We don't know, but it depends on how good both defenses play. Because the Chiefs got a lot of talent on the defense, but they just don't got a lot of known. You know what I'm saying, cats. They got Honey Badger, who's a monster on the defensive end. They got a couple other pieces. But I think it's gonna be a really, really good game. But now we're gonna go ahead and move on to the spotlight portion of the podcast. Y'all know what we gotta talk about, man. We gotta talk about let me put that down, put the pad down. We gotta talk about this Wall Street mess. So if anybody heard with the whole GameStop thing, that was a big topic from this week. It was all over Twitter, all over the news. Some guys from a Reddit post got together and drove the stock of GameStop up, because they saw that some of the people, the brokers and the hedge funds in the market were shorting the stocks, meaning they were borrowing the stock, or basically getting a loan for the stock, buying the stock, selling it at a high price, and then waiting for the stock to fail, and then when they got to pay it back, they pay a lesser amount and they keep the difference. So pretty much that's what happened. And so these guys came and they drove the stock price up, so to the point to where when these hedge funds go to have to pay back the loan that they got for the stock in the first place, the price is way higher than what they paid for. So people lost billions of dollars. They shut down the whole stock market over that. It was crazy. Now you see a lot of people going in and buying the different stocks. You got the AMC stock. You're hearing a lot about the AMC stock. The movie theaters just opened back up. I just watched it. The Columbus COVID numbers then went down, so they extended curfews and shit is getting a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? I guess. Hopefully we come back around by the summer, because I really want to have this camp, and it's just better when we can get back to normal. Hopefully, if it ever does. But that just leads us to the mid-range game for the day. So the mid-range game for today is about group thinking and the power of the group. Like we just saw people from a Reddit forum take down these billionaires on Wall Street. We just saw just one group of people out of the billions of people on this world were able to take down some of the most powerful people with the power of the internet. And you can equate that to many other things. If you look at, I always use the analogy of Odd Future, how they were able to come into the game because there was so many of them and they stayed together and they were always in each other's videos. And when you have a team like that, like when you have one of your friends is a DJ, one of my friends is a videographer, one of my friends is a rapper, one of my friends is a producer, one of my friends is a businessman, one of my friends is a engineer, one of my friends is a drummer, one of my friends, I'm saying, and when you have those, and that's just in the music industry, but when you have those kind of connections, it just makes it a lot easier. You can do anything if you have that. If you have a group like these investment groups that are out here, people that are invested in houses and real estate and putting their money together and going into the stock market. And if you look at it, they're starting to buy up. They start to buy up businesses. They each go through a cycle of where everybody gets a loan from the group, and then they're all able to start their own business with the loan. And you keep going till everybody can get a loan. And that's a couple different cultures do this. It's like a loan system that they do, but they just do it privately. So, and that's the way that they can build capital quick. Because if you got 20 people putting $100 every time they get paid into a pot, that's gonna become $1 million way quicker than if you just putting back $100. And they see that, and then they, like I said, everybody gets a loan. So the process pretty much enriches the whole group. And if you look at like even groups like Wu-Tang, like if anybody watched the Wu-Tang series on HBO, they talk about how they grew up together. They was, you know what I'm saying, pretty much basically almost living together. Not living together, they all had their own spots, but they were all like pretty much together every single day, and they all were into the same stuff, and it allowed them to record so much music, not even knowing that they had albums worth of material. They were just, I'm saying, they'll record it one at a time. One of them will come to the studio, do a verse. The next one will come hear that verse, like, oh, that's hot, let me get on it. Or RZA was doing stuff where he had, I remember they said that Raekwon and Ghost was actually beefing. And RZA he would be hanging with Raekwon one day. Raekwon would put a verse on something, and then he'll put Ghost on a verse too, and they wouldn't even be friends at the time. And it's just the power of the group. If you got a group of people, a group of friends, please come together, put your money together, have fun together, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Because anything is possible. Like I said, the more people that you have, that's pretty much what a community is. A community is about building a group of people and using those connections to enrich each other and to make each other's life better. That's how America was started. Every country is nothing but a group of people that decided to be organized. So, organized, group thinking, that's the mid-range game for the day. Like I said, there's a lot of stuff coming. I got a new music project that's coming right now. I don't want to talk too much about that one yet, but it's pretty much done. And that joint about to drop here soon, man. It's some fire for y'all. Then we got, you already know the book is on its way. I'm going to talk to y'all about that on the next episode. Matter of fact, Super Bowl's coming up. So I'm going to talk to y'all. Next episode, I'm going to give y'all some of this book. I'm going to talk to y'all about some of the concepts. Like I said, it's a science fiction book, so we're going down the rabbit hole a little bit, but we're going to talk about it. But we're going to go ahead and get up out of here, man. That's the mid-range game for today. Y'all be safe, but we out.